Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pac-Catan Stadium. We will get to the game in a second, but first, want to introduce you to who we are. I'm Tanner Castro. I went to Strongsville High School here, graduated in 2015. I am now working for ESPN3 and Fox Sports Ohio, hopefully one day looking to become a national sports broadcaster. And for you, sir?
I'm Matt Merrimie. I am a four-year varsity football player at Miami, Ohio. I will be alongside Tanner Castor here, helping him comment on the game.
All right, now to the game tonight here. The Strongsville Mustangs 0-3 in conference, and so are the Medina Bees. Both teams in desperate need for a win. Matt, we'll start with Medina. What did the Bees need to do to get their first victory in conference?
You know, I think the key for the Bees is to really get off to a hot start. They really need to jump off and get the ball rolling on the offensive side real quick. I think that's their biggest key to start the game.
Yeah, for the Medina Bees, on the road, want to get off to a quick start. We'll now look ahead to the Mustangs. Matt, where do the Mustangs have the biggest advantage? What do they need to do to get their first win in conference?
You know, they have the biggest advantage on the offensive defensive line, so they really need to establish the trenches. They need to get their run game going with their solid running back. So that's the key for the Strongsville Mustangs there, is to really establish the line.
Well, there you have it, folks. We will be up in the booth calling this one starting at 7 p.m. tonight in Pac-Catan Stadium. We'll see you then.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Strongsville Mustangs!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pac-Catan Stadium. I am Tanner Castro, joined by Matt Merrimie here for the Medina Bees visiting the Strongsville Mustangs. Medina at 2-4, Strongsville 3-3. The Medina Bees in the traveling white uniforms, and for the Mustangs, green from top to bottom. And here we go. Number 18, Ian Gummo will let this one fly back deep for the Mustangs. Taylor Griffin and Joe Gillette. Both teams in desperate need of a win. Both 0-3 in conference, and we are underway. Going to be Joe Gillette. Fields it at the 5, looking for a creased left side. Nothing doing, and the Mustangs will start on offense at the 24-yard line. And a little different changeup here for the Mustangs. We're not exactly sure why, but Johnny Major, who has been starting here for about 3.5 years, we've been told will not be starting the game, and instead the Mustangs are going to go with Tyler Walters, a junior, 5'10", 175.
Definitely an interesting switch up there. Was expecting to see Johnny Major out there. We see him lined up in the slot on the right side as wide receiver instead. Definitely athletic.
Here's Walters throwing right off the bat, complete to Nick Adams. That's about a gain of 7. And Matt, with Johnny Major known more as a runner, maybe here with Walters, expect to see the ball flying through the air a little more.
Yeah, definitely expect to see the ball in the air a little bit more. Could also see Johnny Major getting some sweeps, some handoffs, being the athlete that he is.
Well, we're going to talk about it a lot tonight. Strongsville should have the advantage on the offensive line, much bigger than the Bees, and it all starts with the left tackle, number 67, J.D. Dupont. 2nd down and 3 here for the Mustangs. Walters again throwing, got a man. That's going to be a 1st down for the Mustangs. I believe that's Mitch Duden on the catch.
It's a nice play there, going across the middle, get the defense moving out to the flat, see if they can keep up with them.
Excuse me, that was Garrett Clark, the junior, 5'11", 195. And the Mustangs moved the sticks early, and again, as we thought, going to the air. And this may have caught Medina off guard. They seem to be a little back in their heels here. 1st and 10 now. Mustangs at their own 39-yard line. Griffin in motion. He'll get the handoff. Nothing much doing there. Maybe a gain of 2. And the Medina front force a 2nd and long.
Definitely expect to see a lot of Griffin tonight. With the solid offensive line from Strongsville, Griffin should be getting a lot of carries here.
Taylor Griffin is the grandson of the Ohio State great Archie Griffin. So you know it is in his bloodlines at the running back position. 2nd down now. Strongsville Two wide on both the left and right side of the offensive line. Walters in shotgun, motioning for Johnny Major. He'll get the ball on the sweep. Left side, again, Medina staying home, but not before Major gains about 8 yards, and going to be close here, Matt, first down or not.
I don't know. That will be, it looks like the spot is a little bit short. Really like the play call there. Like I said, I expect to see Johnny Major on some sweeps.
Yeah, interesting to see Johnny Major not under center, but still getting involved in the offense. And you are correct, a yard short, 3rd and 1 for the Mustangs, and this is where you would like to see the offensive line really establish themselves. It's going to be Griffin in the backfield, Walters in shotgun. The give is to Griffin. He's got the first down and more. Searching and finds about 12 yards. And the Mustangs now clear into Medina territory at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, early on, you can really just see the offensive line for Strongsville is really manhandling this defensive line, looking really good.
And that has to be the formula tonight for Strongsville. As we mentioned in the open, they've lost 3 straight. And we'll get into it in a little bit. They played good competition, but here at home, expected to get the W against the Bees. Looking good early. Now Walters back to throw. Looking, that's picked off. Matt Eller on the interception. He's got space to run. He's tackled down at the 49-yard line by Francis Lally. And that's what you see sometimes, Matt, with an inexperienced quarterback throwing the ball early.
Yeah, definitely questionable throw there, but, you know, I expect to see him bounce back. I hope they keep him in there. That was his first drive.
See my man Jonah here in front of the booth there. But a very interesting play call there on first down for the Mustangs. They were running the ball well, just at a 12-yard game with Taylor Griffin. Decided to go to the air, doesn't pay off. And the Bees now with the ball. Ryan Fisher, the starting quarterback, the senior. And that's a backwards pass. They can still throw that. They will. Got a man, and it's dropped right through the hands of Matt Spatney. A tricky play off the bat by the Bees. A lateral, and they threw it downfield. No one was home for the Mustangs. That would have been a walk-in touchdown, Matt, but he couldn't corral.
Yeah, that was definitely a gutsy play call. I like it. Strongsville really caught a break there with them dropping the pass.
No doubt about it. The Mustangs caught sleeping here at home, and the Bees now working from their own 49-yard line. 2nd and 10. Quarterback Ryan Fisher, a transfer from St. Vincent St. Mary's, looking to make something happen in his final year of eligibility. That one sails over the head of Luke Hensley, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and long for the Bees.
It was definitely good coverage there by Griffin. Had him all covered up on the flat.
Griffin, one of the better athletes on this Strongsville team, starts at running back and also plays at cornerback. And you know, Matt, playing 4 years of college ball, to play in the backfield, you've got to be able to move laterally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. His lateral quickness is for sure his strongest asset. He also can really burst down the field, though.
4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. And again, through the hands of Matt Spatney. 2 drops on the drive for the freshman. And that's going to be a quick 3 and out. Big time stop by the Mustangs after a turnover. Momentum was clearly in favor of the Bees. And the Mustangs D did what they need to do, and they'll get the ball back.
Strongsville definitely caught a break there.
Dine in, punt formation. Back deep for the Mustangs, Taylor Griffin. This one probably not going to be returnable. Pretty good punt, and if they're not careful, this ball, and it does go into the end zone for a touchback. A mistake on special teams for the Bees. A beautiful punt, but all for naught as they did not stop the ball in time. It goes back into the end zone for a touchback, and we are still knotted at 0 here in the first quarter. 9:04 left to play in this one. Mustangs 0, Bees nothing as well. Mustangs with the ball at their own 25. Tyler Walters still lining up at quarterback, the junior. He's under shotgun, sweeping right. The give, and that is
Colin
Karate. And again, the Medina Bees, we thought early on the offensive line for Strongsville would dominate. They've played pretty well, but the Bees holding up as well.
You know, I would like to see Strongsville really just pound it up the middle a little bit more with the struggling Medina defensive line.
Right.
They are running it outside a little bit more than I like, but I like the strategy of keeping it on the ground.
Have been going east and west, and Medina's showing some speed on the perimeter. Like you said, Matt, might want to keep it between the tackles. 2nd down and 9. Walters back. Scrambling, got a man, it's Nick Adams. He's got it at the 50-yard line. Tackled there, and great throw by the junior, Tyler Walters, complete to Nick Adams for the 1st down.
Yeah, number 1, Nick Adams there. Great catch and run after the ball. Definitely showed his athleticism on that play.
Walters showing early after that interception, not phased. No fear in this young man, making up for that mistake, and he's got the ball across the 50 in Mustang territory. 1st down and 10 in the backfield. Now Garrett Clark. In motion, Joe Gillette. Give to Clark, makes a cut. Gains about 6 yards. The junior Garrett Clark on the carry.
You know, that's really all they need to do there. 6 yards, that's a great run. If they can just do that play to play, they'll definitely handle this game and control the clock.
Must have been listening to you, Matt, because they kept it between the tackles, gained some positive yards, and it sets up a 2nd down and short. And that is going to be a key for the Mustangs tonight, to stay ahead of the sticks. 2nd down and 4. Walters back in shotgun. Gillette in motion, left to right. Rolling out, looking for Gillette. Going to go instead to Eric Geese. Incomplete. And it's going to set up a 3rd and 4, Matt. If you're the play caller here, what are you looking to do?
You know, I think they need to run a quick pass play, whether it's a hitch or a slant. Just show the Medina defense their athleticism and catch them off guard.
With the ball at the 43-yard line, if you don't get it here, is it 4th down territory?
You know, with the Medina offense struggling, I definitely think it is possible for them to go on 4th down here.
Here's Walter under center. In shotgun. Scanning. Got room to run. Will he do it himself? He's going to try. He's got the corner. And I think he's got the 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot. Shades of Johnny Major there. And I believe Tyler Walters, did get the 1st down, but the referee's going to talk it over. Might have to bring out the measuring sticks here. Going to be a close call.
I think if it is 4th down here, they should go for it with their offensive line.
And they're going to give him the 1st down. The junior, Walters, showing you not just a thrower, can get it done on the ground as well. And so far, the junior has shown a lot of poise in this game after that opening drive interception. 1st quarter here in Strongsville, Ohio. 7:04 left to play. Mustangs and the Medina Bees doing battle here in Packatan Stadium. Mustangs with the ball at the 39-yard line, and they are driving. This time Walters going to keep it himself off the fake to Gillette, and nothing doing there. Medina's Ethan Silvis in on the tackle. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 10. Well, Matt, we talked about it. Both teams still looking for their 1st win in conference. Strongsville Mustangs started out the season hotter, actually ranked 7th at one point in the Plain Dealer Top 25, have since fallen out after 3 straight losses against pretty good competition, and going to be important here to get a win at home.
Yeah, definitely important to get a win. I mean, they played some tough competition, like you said. So I hope they aren't beating themselves up too much about it, but it's important for them to get a win here.
Here's Karate on the give, and again, as you mentioned, Matt, between the tackles has been the most effective recipe for the Mustangs. That time it's Colin Karate, 5-yard give. And that sets up 3rd down and 5 as we approach the 6-minute mark here in the 1st quarter at Packatan Stadium. Bees believe they are playing a 3-4 defense, if not 4-3. Mustangs so far have handled it well. From their own 34-yard line, Walters going to give. And that is Karate again, running with some enthusiasm, powers his way past the 1st down marker. And the Strongsville Mustangs driving here, their second possession of the game, 1st and 10. Karate has done most of the damage on this drive, Matt.
I really like how Strongsville's offense has controlled this drive. They're really pounding it on the ground, controlling that clock, and showing their dominance on the offensive side.
Eating up a lot of clock, as you mentioned. And now knocking on the red zone right outside at the 22-yard line. Walters, the junior, starting this game for Johnny Major. Done a nice job so far. Going to keep this one himself, and he'll be wrapped up in the backfield. Daniel Karsmagic got there first, the senior, 6'3", 245. Good anticipation there by the Bees. So it's 2nd down, 13. Mustangs in no hurry here, as they shouldn't be. First quarter, got plenty of time left in this one. Walters gets the play call in from the coaching staff, and he'll jog out there. Some work to do here on 2nd down, Matt. Probably going to have to go to the air.
Yeah, definitely need to go to the air here. I think we'll see a little bit longer of a pass.
Taylor Griffin flanking Walters to his left hip. Bees showing pressure, now back out. Walters possibly changing the play. 4 receivers, 3 to his left, 1 to his right. They're going to run an option. The pitch to Griffin. Can he get the corner? He can. Cuts it back, spin move, and he's met there by Nathan Spinani. Pretty good gain there on 2nd down. Choosing to go with the option. The Bees look to have had the edge set, but Griffin showing you that speed, getting to the edge, and that sets up a 3rd down and 3 at the Strongsville 16-yard line.
Definitely an interesting play call there. I was not expecting that, but that's why Coach Sereno's the coach and I'm not.
I believe that is a timeout by the Mustangs here on 3rd and 3. So stick with us here at Pat-Catan Stadium. 4:06 remaining. We are all knotted at zeros. Here we are back with the Mustangs on the 16-yard line, 3rd and 3. Tyler Walters in center. Gillette in motion. Taylor Griffin still flanking him to his right. He'll get the ball. Got a crease. 2 hands carrying it like it is his prized possession. And the Strongsville Mustangs in business here down to the 5-yard line. 1st down for the Stangs.
I really like the physical running here by the Strongsville running backs. Really lowering their shoulder. And
we talked about it in the opening. The biggest difference in this one we thought would be the offensive line of Strongsville, and that has been the story so far in this drive. 1st down at the 5-yard line. No 1st down to have to score here. Taylor Griffin will do just that, and the Strongsville Mustangs have taken the lead here at home, 6-0, right up the gut.
great play call there, running behind 67 J.D. Duplain on the left side. Definitely a smart play call, and he punches it in for the score.
It was apparent early on in the drive that Strongsville was going to put the ball on the ground, and for almost the entire possession, they did just that. It's capped off by a 5-yard Taylor Griffin touchdown, and the Mustangs have struck first, and they lead here at home 6-0. 3:34 remaining in the first quarter. On to kick the extra point now is John Kramer, the senior, 6'1", 180. Ball's down, snap is good, and the kick is good. Strongsville caps off a 75-yard drive with a 5-yard Taylor Griffin touchdown, putting them on top here at home, 7-0. 3:34 left to play in the first quarter. On to tee it up for the Mustangs, John Kramer, who just a moment ago kicks the extra point through. And not going to kick it deep. That'll be fielded at the 30-yard line. Pretty good coverage by the Mustangs. However, though, the Bees will start with very good field position at the Mustang 37.
I think Strongsville tried catching him off guard there. With this guy kicked to the right. Hopefully they would fumble it.
And you do see that at times. If teams aren't ready for it, you don't call a fair catch, that's a live ball. And
it could be a huge
maybe
play
that
in
was
the
the
game.
thinking, yeah. Ryan Fisher trots back out there, leading this Bees offense. They are 2-4 on the season, 0-3 in conference, looking to get one in the win column here. First down, and bottled up there nicely by the Mustangs is Nick Chester. And that's going to set up a 2nd and 8 for the Bees. Well, Medina, fresh off a 49-10 thrashing by the Mentor Cardinals, and really, Matt, no one been able to touch Mentor so far.
Yeah, Mentor is a different animal. They're always up there at the top, and you know, they obviously produced Mitch Trubisky of the Chicago Bears.
Very good program. They also defeated Strongsville a few weeks back. This time Fisher, that's out to Chris Kelly, dancing around, and makes a little something happen there. Going to set up a 3rd and 2nd, and the Bees now with a much more manageable 3rd down to work with here. Back to that point about Mentor. 49-10, the Bees fell, and Strongsville didn't do much better. They lost 45-20. Both teams fell behind big time at halftime. 35-0 for the Mustangs, 35-10 for the Bees, but both teams, again, looking here for their first win in conference play. And Johnny Major is incredible play by the former quarterback, slicing through the offensive line. He wraps him up in the backfield, and that's going to force a punt.
Yeah, that was just a really good play there by Johnny Major.
Showing you he is much more than just a quarterback, a very good athlete, as you mentioned earlier. The Bees now have to punt 4th and 6 back for the Stangs. Taylor Griffin waiting at his own 23-yard line. This punt should be returnable, fielded cleanly by Taylor, but a bunch of white jerseys there to meet him. And if anything, he probably lost the yard. Coverage by Medina.
Yeah, you see these rugby punts more and more from different teams. It's really to just buy their coverage team some time to get down there. And as you see there, it really paid off.
So 1:21 remaining in the first quarter. Strongsville scored on their 2nd possession of the game. They lead 7-0, and they will start this drive on their own 22-yard line. And we've seen them do this before, Matt. That first scoring drive, they started on their own 25-yard line. Let's see if they can do it again. Walters again in shotgun, motioning for Nick Adams. He's going to get the ball sweeping left. And he fumbled the ball, and that's picked up by Joe Gillette. And hold on here a second. Joe Gillette off the fumble pickup, and I believe that's going to stand. The senior all the way down to the Bees' 43-yard line. And that is not how Coach Serino drew it up, but they'll take it.
Hey, yardage is yardage.
Very alert football there by Joe Gillette, as that ball was coughed up right there. Johnny on the spot was Gillette. And a big game for the Mustangs, and they are in business here. 1st and 10, 43-yard line. 2 wide receivers to his right. Karate on the sweep. It's going to be kept by Walters. And a great play there by the juniors. He had me fooled for a second. Stuck the ball in the breadbasket of Karate, took it back, and that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, he's showing a little bit of athleticism himself there. Nice quarterback keep.
Dual threat, no question about it. Showed you the arm early on, now showing you he can get it done on the ground as well. And the Mustangs, for the second straight possession, are moving the ball with ease. 1st and 10, 32-yard line. This time to give to Garrett Clark, who makes a couple defenders miss. And he's dragged down at the 10-yard line. That's number 21, Garrett Clark, showing you a quick burst.
I really like this drive here by Strongsville. They're keeping it on the ground.
Again, that offensive line, as this game has gone on, they have really been starting to establish themselves. Under 10 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Looks like Strongsville will get a playoff before. Walters back to Clark, and he is met by Noah Nunn at the 5-yard line, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. So the Strongsville Mustangs, opening drive, they are picked off, but since that point, the offensive line has taken over the game. Tyler Walters running the offense to perfection. And when we start this second quarter, Matt, Strongsville with a chance to go up by 14. Welcome back here to Packatan Stadium on a blistery Friday night. The Strongsville Mustangs, Medina Bees doing battle, and right now it's the Mustangs with the 7-0 advantage, looking to add to their lead. Walters, the pitch to Gillette, showing you the athleticism. It looked like he'd be caught in the backfield, and he did well to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set up a 2nd down and 6.
Good job by Gillette there to fight off that first tackle and just gain what he could.
Well, to paint the story of how the first quarter went, total yards for the Mustangs, 183, and for the Bees, a sole 3 yards. And then you look at the first downs, Matt. The Mustangs, they had 9, the Bees yet to cross that yellow line.
Yeah, you know, I really think that just goes back to our before kickoff keys. Strongsville really just controlling that line, and on the defensive side, getting pressure on the quarterback and just forcing them to pass the ball.
Here's Walters motioning Adams to his left to give to Clark. Good penetration by Medina, and he is met again at the line of scrimmage. Got a late push there from his offensive line. They're going to mark him down, though, at the 4-yard line, and that sets up a 3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs.
On that last play, I think I saw Walters get on in there in the pile, too. Definitely showing some heart.
Love to see that out of your quarterback. And again, here with a 3rd and 4, the Mustangs can keep it on the ground or go to the air.
Looks like they're lining up for a kick here.
Oh, excuse me, it's 4th down. My apologies. They're going to bring back out John Kramer. Straight on kick here. Ball on the right hash mark. That kick is up and good. So the Mustangs don't punch it in for 7, instead get 3, but they do extend that lead to double digits. Second quarter, 10:23 left to play. The Mustangs 10, the Medina Bees nothing. Mustangs 10, the Medina Bees nothing. 10:23 left to play in the second quarter. Teeing it up is John Kramer. Lets that one fly. Showing off that leg. Clears the pylon. Did not give Nick Chester a chance to return that one. And the Bees will get the ball on their own 25-yard line. And they have to get something going here, Matt. You don't want to give the Mustangs another chance to extend that lead without scoring.
Yeah, the Bees, I think they really need to get creative here. They're really not gaining any yards. Like you said, they have 3 yards total in the first quarter. They need to do something here to get creative and gain some yards.
You mentioned creativity. They sure did that in the first play of the game with a wide receiver pass, not much since. The Bees here with a screen pass set up. Fisher, that ball is complete. And that's a good gain on first down. The ball is caught by Luke Hensley. 2nd down and 5 now for Medina.
Something to keep your eye on there. Fisher got up a little bit slow.
On the tackle, Shane Soklar for the Mustangs. Just a sophomore. Second down now and 5 for the Bees. Fisher in shotgun. Behind him, Nick Chester looking to pass. Had 2 men there, and seems to be a little bit of miscommunication by Medina. Wasn't sure exactly who that ball was intended to.
Yeah, it looked there that one of them was supposed to run a comeback while the other ran a hitch, and they both ran a hitch there, so they ended up in the same spot, same depth, and there was just a little bit of confusion.
They're down in 5. Fisher, so far in this one, hasn't been much of a factor using his legs. We'd like to see the Strongsville Mustangs get some pressure on him and test out that ground game of his, see how mobile of a quarterback he can be. So here we go, in shotgun. 3 wide receivers to his left. That's the way he'll look, and that ball sails over the head of Matt Spinani. That's good coverage there, number 32, Zach Savage.
Yeah, that was
And
really
also-
the defensive line and the blitz they brought there. They really got there to Fisher and caused him to get the ball out quicker than he would like.
As impressive as the Strongsville offense has been, the defense has been even better. Still yet to allow a Medina first down. We're going to punt this one away. It's Fisher, the quarterback. Back deep, Griffin fields this one at the 41. Got some room to his right, and that gap closed quickly. Tackled, made by Benito Bucari. And that's where Strongsville will start this offensive possession. Very good field position at their own 45-yard line.
Congratulations, boys golf, for winning the Greater Cleveland Conference and for qualifying the district. If you see Brandon Gazo, congratulate him for superior play this year.
First and 10 for the Mustangs, fresh off 2 straight scoring drives. And we've got a timeout here.
Also,
I believe it's going to be an official's timeout.
Looks like a uniform infraction, I believe.
It's number 12, Cooper Hawk. He's going to have to adjust something there, and I believe the pants have to be below the knees, and that's what it's going to be. So here we go again. First down. Tyler Walters done a very nice job so far filling in for Johnny Major at the quarterback position. And there is Major. He'll get the ball in the swing pass. Makes one man miss, but can't do the same for the next. Great play there. Kyler Krog on the tackle for Medina. That's going to set up a second down and 11.
Yeah, that was just good rallying there by Medina Bees. First guy missed, but that's what you like to see as the rest of the defense running towards the tackle.
No doubt about it. Johnny Major's still been involved in the offense. No longer going to touch the ball every play at the quarterback position, but one of the best athletes on this team, and they have been finding ways to get him in space. Second down and 11. Nick Adams, wide right. Walters, shotgun. Give to Garrett Clark. And again, that Medina front getting a good push. And he probably got back to about the original line of scrimmage at the 45-yard line, but nothing else doing.
Strongsville here, they're going to be forced to go to the air. See what Walters can do with his arm.
No doubt about it. Walters going to have to air this one out. He's done a nice job running the offense, but hasn't been in many third down and long situations yet. We've got one right here. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the right, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. In motion now, Joe Gillette. Walters, pressure. And he's taken down. Untouched is Ethan Silvis. And that time, the offensive line did not account for the blitzing safety, and Walters had absolutely no time to get that pass away.
Yeah, it looked like there was some miscommunication going on in there in the center of the line between the center and the guard, and the safety just snuck right through there and got him a sack.
Big time stop by the Medina Bees. Trailing 10-0 in this one. Haven't been able to get much going on offense. You'd like to see them get better field position here. This one nearly blocked. Johnny Major on the punt and gets a Mustang rolling. That's That's going to end up at about the 16-yard line. And again, Strongsville doing a good job of pinning the Bees back.
Almost a costly mistake there by the Medina Bees. One of their cornerbacks guarding the gunner almost ran into the ball and touched it, and Strongsville almost recovered.
Well, back onto the field now, the Strongsville defense. They have been absolutely fantastic tonight. 7:10 left in the second quarter, and Medina still yet to gain their first down. Will that trend continue? Strongsville with 3 defensive linemen. Fisher in shotgun looking. He's got a man, and did he make the catch? He sure did. That's Luke Hensley. Good throw, even better catch. The concentration there to reel that one in, Matt.
Yeah, that was great route, great catch. That's what you want to see from your receivers with your quarterback having a tough game so far.
I'll tell you what, pretty good defense by the Mustangs. Believe that was, again, Soklar on the coverage, but Fisher found a way to fit it in there, and the Bees, just mentioned it, get their first down of the night. They go right back to the air. That is Nick Chester running over defenders, and suddenly the Bees have come alive on offense. 2 straight first downs, and they're into Strongsville territory. Daoud Nasser, number 28 on the stop. First down and 10. Fisher, again, same exact play, right out to Chester, and that's going to be a gain of 9. The Mustangs going to have to make an adjustment on defense.
Yeah, you know, I think what the Medina offense saw there was Strongsville starting to bring some pressure, didn't think that they could get the ball out, and Medina decided to go quick game and see what they could get.
The head coach at Medina, Larry Laird, coached here for several years before Coach Serino took the reins. And he must have seen something he liked, and it worked twice. Now 2nd and 1. Fisher, again, another screen pass, and it's going to be a throw. Not going to toss it, and that is number 10, Chris Kelly, down the left field. And he wanted to throw that ball, Matt. Saw no one home, took it himself, and got a nice gain.
Yeah, it was definitely a broken play, but he made the most out of a bad situation and picked up good yardage.
Well, the Medina Bees have really come alive here. Mid-second quarter, trailing 10-0. This is a very big drive. We know it's early, but if you're Medina, have to put at least 3 points on the board here.
Yeah, definitely want to get this game within 1 score going into halftime.
Fisher, another screen pass, right back out to Kelly, and finally, for the first time in the last 4 plays, the Mustangs stop him before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. Strongsville still leading 10-0. The Medina Bees have worked their way from their own 16-yard line, now at the Strongsville 17, and they've done it through the air, a lot of screen passes. And again, Fisher in shotgun with no one flanking him. 5 receivers, 2 to the left. He's going to take it himself here, and we wondered how he could do on the ground. Shows you more than just a thrower, and the Medina Bees have cut this lead to 6.
No, that was really just miscommunication on the defensive side there. The play action got him sucked going one way, and he just kept it and walked in for the touchdown.
That was set up very nicely, screen pass after screen pass. Caught the defense asleep, the middle, no one home. Fisher nearly walks in untouched, and the Medina Bees are finally on the board here with 5:03 left to play in the first half. The extra point is up and good. Jake Vorgren, and we have a 3-point ball game here in Pat Catan Stadium. Second quarter here in Strongsville, Ohio. 5:03 left to play in the second quarter. 10-7. The Mustangs leading the Medina Bees, but this one has tightened up in a hurry. A 80-plus yard drive for Medina has cut this lead to 3. And here's Taylor Griffin on the return, dragged down before he can reach the 20-yard line. And that is where the Mustangs will start.
No, it almost looked like a horse collar there. I'm not sure if the ref saw that or not.
Well, big drive here for Strongsville. Momentum is shifted in favor of Medina. Homecoming here in Strongsville. We've mentioned it a few times in the broadcast. Both of these teams in desperate need of a win, both 0-3 in conference. Walters in shotgun, did a nice job running the offense, the junior. Fakes it to Clark, looking for Nick Adams, and I believe that ball might have been tipped. Couldn't quite get it to Adams, and it's going to set up a second down.
Yeah, a little bit low of a pass there, but first down. I like them taking a shot there.
That's something we haven't seen them do much of here in the second quarter. Only going to the air when they seem to have to, but there, take a shot and first down. They did have a man open. Walters couldn't complete the pass. Second down and 10, 4:50 remaining in the second quarter. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Karate with the ball, has a seam, gets to the second level of the defense. And that's going to be a gain of about 16 yards for the Mustangs.
Great play there, going to the right side of their line and just opening up a big hole for him.
Colin Karate has done the heavy lifting for the offense tonight. That young man has ran the ball with determination, showing you the speed there as he got to the second level. And he was close to breaking that one for a big gain. First down for the Mustangs, their own 36-yard line. Walters looking. Adams open, makes the catch. I believe he's stopped just short of the first down. Nice play calling here for the Mustangs, changing it up. Tyler Walters complete to number 1, Nick Adams, and that's going to set up a second down and short.
Yeah, interesting play there. You know, you don't typically see right-handed quarterbacks rolling out to their left, but he was able to make that throw, and it looked good.
Very manageable second down here. Would be surprised to see them do anything but run this one right through the tackles. In motion is Gillette. Fakes the handoff. Looking downfield for Johnny Major, who can't come down with it. A little underthrown, tried to come back, but the defender was in the way. Couldn't quite corral that.
Good effort by Johnny Major there. I really like to see him put his body on the ground and really put his effort on that, making that catch.
Well, again, the Mustangs not playing it conservative here in this drive. Been a lot of ground and pound tonight, but second down and 1. Would have thought to see that again, but no, they go to the air. Doesn't pay off, but still a very manageable third down here.
Expect to see them to go to the left side of their line here.
Do just that, but knifing in there was number 5, Kevin Turk for the Bees. Karate, though, was falling forward, and it appears he's going to be about a half-yard short. What will Coach Serino do here?
Looks as if he's bringing out the big boys. Brought a tight end out there, number 87. Looks like he's going to try to keep it on the ground and get this first down.
They are going to go for it. You'd expect them to run behind the Michigan State commit, J.D. Duplain. 4th and 1. Big play here in this one. 2:56 remaining in the second quarter. A 3-point ball game. And we've got a timeout, Medina. Looks there as if Coach Laird wanted to get a look at what the Mustangs are going to come out in. And again, 2:53 remaining here in the first half, Matt. This still early, but a big, big possession.
Very big possession. I think I like this play call by Coach Serino here to keep his offense out and try to get this first down. You know, Medina went down and scored last possession, but throughout this first half, they've really struggled on offense. So I like this decision to keep his offense out there and try to keep the ball in his hands.
Even with the ball in your own 45?
I like it. I don't think Medina's offense is built to go down and score here with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the half.
Well, let's see what the Mustangs can do. Karate and Gillette in the backfield. Gillette in motion. Walters now. And it looked like a false start. They're not going to call it. Karate easily gets the first down. A 5-yard gain, only needed one, and that'll move the sticks.
Huge play there. Really liked that play call, just going right behind his big offensive line as he has this entire game.
Well, the Mustangs now can run this clock down to triple zeros if they wish. 2:34 and ticking left in the first half. The Mustangs leading the Medina Bees 10-7. They have the ball on their own 49-yard line, looking to put some points up on the scoreboard before we get to half. Here's Gillette, and he is met right as he catches that ball by Matt Eller. And Medina, again, when the Mustangs have tried to go east and west, there really hasn't been much there.
No, I really don't like that play call there. I think they need to keep it either on the ground or air it out. That play can really only go backwards, and it would just waste time.
Joe Gillette is one of the best athletes, if not the best athlete, on this Strongsville team, trying to get him in space, but Matt Eller of Medina was not fooled. Second down and 17. 1:40 left to go in this first half. Walters looking over to the sideline, perhaps changing the play call. Medina showing pressure. They're going to drop back one. Walters down the field, overshot his man, looking for Eric Geis. And that will be incomplete. Third down and 17, 1:22 left to go. If you're Strongsville, Matt, you stay aggressive, look to push this ball down the field, or you just call it a half and get to the locker room with the lead?
I think at this point, with it being 3rd and 17, I think you just want to get to halftime, maybe run the ball here, do a quick screen, just let the clock run a little bit, punt it to them, and just get to halftime.
10-7, Strongsville still clinging to a 3-point advantage. Ball on their own 42-yard line. Nick Adams in motion. Here's Walters. They are going to throw. He's looking for Gillette, but he ran out of time. Met at the 35-yard line by Nathan Spinandi. And Medina, since those 2 possessions where Strongsville moved the ball down the field with ease, have changed the tide in this one. And Strongsville going to have to punt this one away. Medina calling a timeout.
Yeah, definitely smart move by Medina to call the timeout. And I think there with Walters, I think it's just a little bit of his inexperience on that play. You got to have a clock in your head, know when to get rid of it. And he just held on to the ball a little bit too long.
Oh, the Bees going to get the ball back. 1:14 to go in the second quarter. Strongsville struck first with a 5-yard Taylor Griffin touchdown run. And then John Kramer added 3 more points, making it 10-0. But then Medina went on a 84-yard touchdown drive, a few screens, moved the ball down the field. The drive was finished off by Ryan Fisher. And that's where we stand right now. 10-7, the Mustangs leading this one. Johnny Major going to punt. Back deep for Medina. Chris Kelly fields it at the 34. Can't make a man miss, and that is number 32, Zach Savage. Fantastic punt coverage by the Mustangs.
Great play there by Savage to hold on and get him down to the ground. No extra yardage there to be had by the Bees.
So 1:05 left to go in the first half. Medina offense doesn't appear to be that explosive, but one missed tackle, and that can be all you need. Will they air it out here or be conservative, keep it on the ground? It appears they are going to go with some aggressive play calling. 5 wide receivers, 3 to his right, 2 to Fisher's left. First down and 10, quick out. And that's caught, and he's, I think, out of bounds. No, they're going to say keep the clock running. Number 16, Caden Andersick. He's tackled in bounds. A very good play by Taylor Griffin to keep that clock rolling. Now under 45 seconds. Fisher back to throw again. He's got his man. And there's that missed tackle we just mentioned. That's Chris Kelly.
And the clock will stop here as they set the chains.
37 seconds to go. The Mustangs defense hadn't let up a first down until mid-second quarter. Medina now moving the ball a lot easier, and there's another screen play, but Strongsville not fooled, and Medina gonna have to call a timeout or this clock may expire. Looks like they're gonna spike the ball here. Shane Soklar on the tackle. And they'll spike the ball with 18 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
It looks like they might be trying to get into field goal range here and save that timeout to let their field goal squad get out there and kick it.
Not sure how good of a leg Jake Vorgren has, but you just want to give him a shot before halftime if you're Medina. This ball is fumbled, and I believe the quarterback was down. He sure was. Went to go pick up the ball. His knee hit the ground, and I think that's going to end the first half. Medina out of timeouts, and the clock going to tick down to nothing but zeros, and that is how the first half will end. The Strongsville Mustangs defending home turf here at Packatan Stadium will go into the break with a 10-7 lead against the Medina Bees. Stick with us.
Strongsville Marching Mustangs. We are very excited tonight to welcome our special guests, the future Marching Mustangs. Please give a huge round of applause to welcome the fantastic 8th graders from Strongsville Middle School. First song we'd like to perform for you tonight with our 8th grade band is a 2012 hit by Neon Trees. Here is Everybody Talks. The second song we'd like to perform with the 8th grade band tonight is an encore performance of a 2017 hit by Portugal the Band. Here is Feel It Still.
Welcome back to Packatan Stadium, here with Tanner Castora and Matt Meremy. A 10-7 game at halftime with the Strongsville Mustangs leading, and we are underway. Nick Chester for Medina will take this opening kickoff across the 30 to about the 33-yard line, and that is where Ryan Fisher and the Medina Bees will start this offensive possession, trailing by 3. In the first quarter of this game, Strongsville outgained the Bees 183-3. They also had 9 first downs to Medina's nothing, but that all changed in the second quarter. Medina able to march down 84 yards to put some points on the board, and that is where we stand. Fisher looking, got his man. That is complete for about 9.5, 10 yards. Gonna mark him just short of the first down. Caden Andrasic with the catch, and that will move the chains.
Strongsville really needs to stop here. Keep them out of the end zone at the very least. Get the ball back in their hands.
Number 28, Shane Soklar on the tackle for the Mustangs. First down and 10 again for the Bees at their own 43-yard line. In motion, Chris Kelly. Now right behind Fisher. He'll get the ball. He is dragged down by number 57, Jake Stefanson. Jack Stevenson, excuse me. Nice play there. It's going to set up second down and 9. But Medina looking good early on, and a touchdown here would give them the lead. 10:55, third quarter. In motion again is Chris Kelly. Fake the handoff to him. Fisher going to keep it himself. Zach Savage trying to rip the ball out. And would you look at this? We just talked about it before going on air, how clean this game had been called by the officials. And here's our first flag. What do you see here?
Not sure what they're
Gonna
going
go
to
against
call
the
here.
Mustangs. Coach Serino getting an explanation. Doesn't seem to agree with what he's hearing. And the officials still talking about this one. Holding on the defense. Not exactly sure who.
Interesting call. Did not see any holding there, but obviously the ref saw something.
That'll move the ball to the 42-yard line. The Medina Bees offense come to life here. These last couple offensive possessions already into Strongsville territory. 5 wide receivers out wide. Fisher looking, got a man. The ball's complete. It's number 16, excuse me. That's Nick Chester, number 6. And the Bees, again, staying ahead of the sticks, Matt. A very manageable second and 1.
Yeah, big play here for the Strongsville defense. They need to get a stop, get them to the third down, and try to get this ball back in their hands.
This game is drastically shifted momentum-wise. Strongsville early on looked like they'd run away with it. Not the case. Medina looking for the end zone. He's got a man. Can he complete the catch? He can. What a throw by Ryan Fisher. And just like that, the Bees strike, and they take the lead here on the road.
You know, it looked there like Strongsville defense was in cover 2. The corner did his job, stayed underneath the receiver, but the safety just got beat over top, and they fit it in over top of his head.
Caden Andrasic on the receiving end of that beautiful pass from Fisher. The transfer from St. Vincent St. Mary is making his mark here early on in the third quarter. The Medina Bees have scored now 14 unanswered points. The extra point is good by Jake Bogren, and the Medina Bees suddenly, with 9:50 remaining here in the third quarter, lead the Strongsville Mustangs 14-10 here at Packatan Stadium.
was a good play.
Back deep for the Mustangs, Taylor Griffin and Joe Gillette. Ian Gumo will kick it away. And the Medina Bees, for the first time tonight, are playing with the lead 14-10. Short kick, Griffin gonna let it bounce. Plays it off one hop. Gotta see him, Griffin. Got the kicker to beat, can he do it? He slows him up. Gonna be tracked down by Caden Andrasic, but not before Griffin. All the way down to the Medina 24-yard line, just the spark the Mustangs might have needed.
Huge play there by Griffin. That is exactly what the Strongsville Mustangs offense needed. Get the momentum back into their hands and really take control of this game.
That is what your senior leaders are supposed to do. Taylor Griffin, the running back that time, showing you the skill set on special teams, putting his offense in fantastic position. And that is exactly where Tyler Walters, the junior, will start the offense. Behind him, Garrett Clark. He'll get the ball right up the middle, spins off a defender, falls forward to about the 20-yard line, gain of 4, 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs.
That's the key there for the Mustangs offense. Just keep it on the ground. They have such a good offensive line. There's no need to really try to air it out or go for big chunk plays. Just keep it on the ground.
2nd and 6. 3 out wide to Walters' right. Clark will get it again. Slides past the first defender. Was slowed up though and then corralled by a swarm of bees, but not before he got to about the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 1. The playbook should be wide open here for Coach Serena.
Looks like they're bringing in their heavy package here. They brought in number 87, their big tight end. Try to punch it up the middle most likely.
Enter the game now is number 5, Taylor Griffin, who of course set up this fantastic field position for the Mustangs. He's to the right of Walters. 3rd and 1. He'll get the ball, breaks through the first line of defense and carries the defender with him down to the 5-yard line. And Matt, when Taylor Griffin has got the ball consistently from the start of this game, he's made good things happen.
Yeah, you can really see his explosiveness, especially on that play. He just put his foot in the ground, got north and south, and you can see that he's just really got some power behind himself.
We'll stay in there. 1st down, 5 yards to go for the touchdown. Makes a cut, another one. And again, that short area quickness. You can see it even up here from the booth. Down to the 2-yard line. And again, it appears Griffin will stay in the ball game, and I wouldn't be shocked if they give it right back to him.
Yeah, definitely expect to see him with the ball in his hands here in this play. Even on that last run, went for about 3-4 yards, but that was impressive.
Nick Adams and Cooper Hawk to the right. Joe Gillette in motion from left to right. Taylor Griffin in the backfield. He'll get the ball again and easily walks in to the end zone. The Strongsville Mustangs, just like that, have retaken the lead.
Huge play there for them. They needed that score, get the momentum back in their hands. Medina just went on that big drive, and Strongsville was able to answer.
This one will go down in the books as the Taylor Griffin possession. Started out with a fantastic kickoff return down to the 24-yard line, and he did the rest from there, punching it in from 2 yards out to put the Mustangs back on top. Now in to kick the extra point, John Kramer. No problem there. And the Strongsville Mustangs, after falling behind by 4 here at home, answer with a statement of their own. They're back on top, 17-14 here at Packatan Stadium. 7:25 remaining in the third quarter. Strongsville 17, Medina 14. Fresh off a 2-yard Taylor Griffin touchdown. The Bees will get the ball back, but hold on here. An onside kick. Unbelievable. John Kramer, a magician, did it all himself there. Knocked the ball into the ground, got the perfect bounce as it crossed the 50-yard line. And that's going to stand as a legal onside kick.
The refs are out there. They're discussing it, but I think that should stand. That went more than 10 yards, and it was recovered. Definitely a surprising play call.
A gutsy play call.
Very gutsy. I think they saw 3 people back to return, and that left an open spot at the front line, and they went for it and got it.
Well, we had a great viewpoint from up here in the booth. We're at about the 45-yard line, and that ball clearly crossed the 50. Now, they kick off from the 40-yard line, so it does have to cross the 50, and I believe it did. John Kramer, the senior, doing it himself, got the perfect bounce. The ball sailed through the air right to the 49-yard line, and that is where he recovered the ball. And I believe the Strongsville Mustangs will keep possession, though the officials still discussing this one. Coach Serino firmly believes his guys did the job they were asked to do, and they're going to throw a flag.
I do not agree with that there, Tanner. That is a bad call in my opinion.
I don't agree one bit. All bias aside, that ball crossed the 50-yard line without being touched by anyone. Don't agree with the call, but I believe it's going to stand. And now, Matt, that's what happens when that doesn't pay off. You give the opposition, in this case the Medina Bees, great field possession.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hold on here. It appears.
I think they're going to re-kick here.
Yeah, Medina. Surprisingly, it appears they've chosen to have the ball re-kicked. Only a 5-yard penalty. That could just be the high school rules. The Mustangs now kicking from their 35-yard line. And still Medina with 3 returners back deep.
I'm surprised to see that. That definitely allowed them on this last kick to get that little dribbler, but they'll be more prepared for it here, so I don't expect to see anything tricky.
When Coach Serino watches this game over on film, he will be very disappointed in that call. Love the play call, just didn't get the nod from the officials. So here we go again. John Kramer going to kick this one deep and showing you off that leg. Fielded at the 8-yard line by Nick Chester. Right up the seam, and daylight for a second before he is corralled and taken down by number 57, Jack Stefanson. And that is where the Bees will start. So not much of a difference between the 49 or the 40-yard line, but either way, good field possession for Medina.
We'll see here if the Medina Bees can keep that momentum rolling from their previous drive and see if they can't go down.
This game getting interesting in a hurry. Mustangs showing pressure. They back out now. Fisher surveying. Got a man open. And he's taken down at the 29-yard line. Matt Spatney, just a freshman, made a great cut after the catch. Got himself about 8 or 9 extra yards. And the Bees in one play are inside the Mustangs' 30-yard line.
Really good play there by Spatney, as well as Ryan Fisher there to make that throw. Good run after the catch there by Spatney.
Tell you what, Ryan Fisher has struggled in his last couple ball games, but you wouldn't know it tonight. He's been flinging the ball with confidence. Now he'll keep it himself on the ground. I'd say gains about 2 yards before, again, number 57, Jack Stevenson, and number 4, Bobby Hardy. 2nd and 6 now for the Medina Bees. Really seem to have fallen into a comfortable rhythm here in offense. Medina Bees have completed their last 12 passes, trying to make it 13, And they will. This one complete to Luke Hensley. And the Bees continue to roll down the field.
Fisher has definitely found his groove here, connecting with his last 13.
13 straight completions for Medina after not getting a first down the entire first quarter. But that is not the case here in the second half. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Strongsville 17, Medina 14. But the Bees knocking on the doorstep of the end zone. First and 10, 16-yard line. It's caught. Great spin move. Chris Kelly making a few men miss before he's taken down at the 4-yard line. That's 14 straight completions. And the Bees 4 yards away from retaking the lead.
I'd like to see the Strongsville defense here bring a little bit of pressure. They're letting Fisher just sit back there, and as you can see, he's completed his last 14 passes. You can't just let him sit back there in the pocket or he'll pick you apart.
He sure has been comfortable in that pocket. Clean jersey as well. Haven't seen him on the ground much tonight. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. He can run. He has ran for 1 touchdown. Going to try and do it again tonight. Can he get through? No, he cannot. Taken down by Bobby Hardy, the senior linebacker, 6'1", 185 on the stop. But the Bees down to the 2-yard line. And they'll go hurry up here. Trying to catch Strongsville sleeping. Interesting formation is, for maybe the first time tonight, Ryan Fisher will go under center.
No, Fisher is actually out of the game there. That was number 16, Caden Andrazik at quarterback.
Timeout for the Bees. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs 17, Bees 14 here at Packatan Stadium. Here we go, Medina, second down on the 2-yard line. Nothing doing there. The Mustangs all over that one. They tried to go east and west. Bobby Hardy again leading the charge for the Stangs. That's going to knock back the Bees. 3 yards, now third down and 5. And Strongsville knows the importance of this possession.
Great play call there with the Strongsville defense, bringing pressure, testing that offensive line of the Medina Bees.
Well, that's what you wanted. They dialed up the blitz, and it worked to perfection. Back into the game now, Ryan Fisher. He's completed his last 14 passes, but number 15 would be the biggest. 5 wide. Fisher looking. The Mustangs bring pressure. They get there, and that caused a quick pass, the tackle by Shane Soklar. And the Mustangs stay firm on the goal line. They will force a field goal try for the Medina Bees.
That line of the Bees did not block a single person on that play, and Fisher just got knocked right to the ground.
You called it, Mr. Merriman. Bring the blitz, and it worked. And now into the game, number 18, Ian Gumo for the Bees. From the left hash mark, it's going to be about 26 yards. And it's good. So here in the third quarter, 3:32 remaining. The Mustangs 17, the Bees 17. We have got a good one here in Strongsville, Ohio. Stick around. Jake Vogren will boom this one away for the Bees. Back deep, Taylor Griffin and Joe Gillette. They will not get a chance to touch this one. That one is fielded by number 12, the junior Cooper Hawk. The Mustangs will start on offense at their own 32-yard line. And Matt, a great ball game here tonight. We are all knotted at 17.
Yeah, this is definitely what I was expecting. 2 struggling teams trying to get their first conference win, battling it out here on a beautiful Friday night.
Mustangs started the season 3-0, defeating Berea Mid-Park, then Hudson, and then Canton Central Catholic. But since that point, had a rough stretch playing the number 1 team Mentor Cardinals. Solon Comets, they were ranked 5th, and then the Euclid Panthers. And that is where they stand right now, 3-3 on the year, still in playoff contention, but an absolute must-win here tonight. Here we go, 1st and 10. The give to, I believe, Garrett Clark. Gains about 4 yards. Make it 5, and 2nd down and 5 now for the Stangs as they inch closer to the 40-yard line.
I'd like to see them really just keep it on the ground here. I think they have control of this game, have control of the clock. They really just need to keep it on the ground and pound it through the tackles.
Offensive line has been good here tonight for the Mustangs. 2:50 left in the 3rd quarter. Clark again on the draw. Tripped up, but showing you he continues to fall forward. Garrett Clark, not an easy kid to get down at first contact. That could have been a gain for no yards. Instead, it's 3, and that sets up a very manageable 3rd and 2. At some point here, Matt, you'd think the Mustangs will take a shot deep. No safeties. Home for the Bees.
Yeah, it looks like they have one safety. He's playing at about, well, he just came down. They're at about 10 yards.
And there it is.
There it is. Look at that, made
The
a miss.
Mustangs catch the Bees sleeping. Richie Roscoff down the right side, untouched into the end zone. And just like that, the Mustangs and Tyler Walters have retaken the lead here at home.
Well, you called it there, Tanner. They definitely were waiting for that shot, and they found the right opportunity and capitalized.
Run after run, the Bees brought their lone safety up to the line of scrimmage to rush. No one back home, and that is when Tyler Walters found his man, Richie Roscoff, and the Strongsville Mustangs back on top, 23-17. John Kramer now in for the extra point. He has been terrific tonight, and he is here again. Strongsville Mustangs strike quickly on 3rd and 2. They lead the Medina Bees 24-17. 2:04 left in the 3rd quarter. Strongsville 24, Medina 17. John Kramer will kick this one shallow right. It's fielded by Medina. Nothing doing there. He is tackled at the 33-yard line. And out trots now again Ryan Fisher, Matt, who has completed 15 straight passes.
Definitely an impressive stat there. Strongsville's defense really needs to get him under pressure. They can't let him sit back in that pocket or else he will pick them apart.
He picked them apart last possession until they got down inside the 10-yard line. And that is when Strongsville dialed up the blitz. Things changed. Medina was unable to punch it home for a touchdown. They, however, did get 3 points. And that is where we stand, 24-17. Fisher looking for his man, Nick Chester. Hit his hands, could not reel it in. 2nd down and 10 now for the Bees. 1:53 left here in the 3rd quarter. In a back and forth ball game in the 2nd half, this may come down to who has possession last. Fisher, pressure, gets away, steps up in the pocket, lets it go deep. He's got a man. Can he get there? Well overthrown, but they're going to throw a flag. And I'm not sure that ball was catchable.
You did see the cornerback there hold him up a decent amount while the ball was still high in the air, so you don't know how much he slowed him down and if it would have been catchable or not. So I think that's the correct call there. I like it. And Fisher really showing off his arm strength on that pass.
Sure was. That penalty is going to be against number 4, Bobby Hardy, I believe. And you're right, Matt. Ryan Fisher threw that ball probably 50 yards through the air.
Very impressive for a high school quarterback.
No question about it. It pays off.
Passing interference. First down Medina.
First down Bees. They're going to spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Medina 48-yard line.
And that will go down as the first incompletion in a while for the Bees. But another one here, trying to set up the screen. but that pressure got home, and when the Mustangs have brought the blitz, it's worked almost every time.
I really like the adjustments they made on the defensive side of the ball, bringing more pressure, making Fisher uncomfortable in the pocket, and you can tell it's already affecting him as he's thrown 3 straight incompletions.
Well, the official's discussing something here. It's an official's timeout. As Bobby Hardy will check out of the game for Strongsville, and in is number 38. Second down and 10, 24-17, 1:40 left here in the third quarter. Fisher got a man, screen pass. The crowd wants holding. They're not going to get it. That's complete to Chris Kelly. But he does not get back to the line of scrimmage, and that sets up a third down and long. And here a pivotal possession, a pivotal play in this one. As if Strongsville gets the ball back, they can finally extend that lead back to 2 possessions like they had in the first half. But it's all going to start right here with the defense. Ryan Fisher, the senior transfer from St. Vincent St. Mary, 6'3", 195. Drops back, rolling left, looking. Tough throw, but we've got a flag on the play. And I believe that could have been offsides. That was a quick flag.
Yeah, I believe you're right here, Tanner. I think it was offsides, but we'll see what the officials decide here.
Well, the Mustangs calling for holding. And it is going to be holding against Medina. Andrew Keating came flying off that left edge. Coach Serino, he is smartly going to decline, and that's going to force a punt. So the Mustangs hold, and they will give the ball back to their offense with a 7-point lead.
Taylor Griffin back again. Let's see if he can make another big special teams play here.
He has been terrific all night. A 70-yard plus kickoff return. Also has 2 touchdowns to his name tonight. This one appears returnable, and it is not. It rolls well past him into the end zone. So the Strongsville Mustangs will start on offense at their own 25, leading Medina 24-17. Back onto the field, Tyler Walters, the junior, starting in place tonight for Johnny Major, and has done a pretty nice job directing the offense here in shotgun alone. 5 wide receivers, and that ball is complete. Eric Geese on the catch, dragging defenders across the first down marker. And you like to see the Mustangs, even with a 7-point lead, not playing conservative, still going to the air.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important. They would like to get a two-score lead here, and that would almost put the game out of reach if they can burn some clock on this drive. But would definitely like to see them get it to the ground, burn a little bit more clock.
Under 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Walters gives to Karate makes one defender slip, and he'll get out of bounds, but not before picking up 13 yards. Very nimble run there.
Good strong run there. You can see his lower body strength.
Colin Karate, just a junior. He'll be back next year for the Mustangs. Good run there. First down and 10. Clock is stopped. 12 seconds to go. Mustangs on their own 45-yard line, leading Medina by 7, 24-17. In motion is Gillette. He'll get the ball. No, it's kept by Walters, and he pitter-patters his way across midfield for about a gain of 7, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. We head to the fourth here at Packatan Stadium. 2 teams both in desperate need of a win. Would be their first win in conference play, and right now it's the Mustangs with the 24-17 lead over the Medina Bees. So here we go, fourth quarter, 12 minutes left to go in this ball game. Strongsville leading by 7. The give to Colin Karate. Cannot get to the edge. He is stopped by Seth DeCola. Third down and 2 to go now.
This is
Coach Serino, Matt, what are you dialing up?
I don't know. Here you could go with really anything. This is a big third down, though. They really need to get this for them to keep the momentum and try to get this game out of reach.
They are in Medina side of the field, 47.5-yard line. Third and 2. Karate in the backfield to the right of Tyler Walters. And he'll get the ball again up the middle. He's got the first down and booms his way across the 40-yard line. Karate, again, just a junior, but has been running with authority all night long.
Yeah, really strong run there by Karate. Lowered his shoulder, got the 2 yards plus some.
When he hits the hole, he really goes. Puts his foot in the ground and makes up his mind. First down and 10 for the Mustangs on their, the Medina 41-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 out far right. That's Nick Adams. Walters, give back to Karate. Karate nearly broke that one for another first down and then some. But he's tripped up. Gain of about 6 on the play. And the Mustangs, again, staying ahead of the sticks, keeping that playbook wide open.
The key here, too, is the clock keeps running. And if they can go down here and put this into a two-score game, that's going to be really difficult for the Bees to come back from.
A field goal would be nice. A touchdown, even better. 2nd and 7. Tyler Walters in shotgun. Fakes to Karate. Rolling out to his right, looking. He's got Nick Adams, but underthrows him. Was open for a split second. Adams found a pocket there in the defense, but they could not make the connection. And that'll set up a 3rd and 7 at the Medina 41.
I would have liked to see Walters there put a little bit more air on it. He tried throwing it on a line, but I think he probably should have put a little bit of air on it into the outside shoulder. But nonetheless, solid effort.
And that's something the junior will learn in time. Again, he does have another year to go here at Strongsville. He's done a nice job tonight. He's led the Mustangs to a 24-17 lead at home during the homecoming game. And now a big play here, 3rd and 7. Surveying, getting chased, throws it up for grabs, and it's nearly picked off, but he sailed that smartly out of bounds. No harm done there. Walters getting his shoulder pads adjusted by number 78, Patrick Grealis. And what will they do here? 4th and 7 on the Medina 38. You can punt and try and pin them back deep, but I don't think it would hurt to go for it here, Matt.
It looks like they're going to keep their offense out there and go for this, and I like it. I mean, that's typically where the Bees have been starting on their possessions, so why not go for it?
The crowd sensing the importance of this play, rising to their feet. 4th and 7, Walters. Low snap, handles it well. Looking for Nick Adams, and it's overthrown. A bit of a miscommunication there. The Medina Bees get a much-needed stop. The score here still a 7-point ball game, very much up for grabs. 9:54 remaining here in Packatan Stadium. Homecoming in Strongsville, Ohio. Got a good one here. Stay with us.
Quarterback's looking a little shaky.
I am surprised that Major's not playing.
Yeah, I am too.
Ryan Fisher and the Bees trying to knot this one at 24. They'll start from their own 38-yard line. A good first play. Nick Chester on the carry. About 5 yards before he's taken down by number 2, Johnny Major. And this one in a pretty tight ball game throughout. The Mustangs led in the first quarter 10-0. before a 15-yard run by Ryan Fisher. Made it a 3-point game, and at halftime, we had a competitive 10-7 score. Mustangs still with the lead here, 24-17. That time, nothing much doing for Nick Chester. He's taken down by number 32, Zach Savage.
Zach Savage making the stop for Strongsville.
3rd and 5 now for the Bees. You'd have to think, especially with the way they have thrown the ball here in the second half. At one point, they had 15 straight completions, that Ryan Fisher and Larry Laird would go back to the air.
I would like to see them go to the air here for the Bees, but Strongsville has really been dialing up the pressure.
They are going to throw. Major off the corner, getting a tad of pressure, but not enough. Good throw by Fisher, complete to Luke Hensley. The sophomore taps the toes on the sidelines, and this drive will continue.
Stop made by number 23.
Needed 5 yards, got about 8. And the Bees, once again here, in a very good rhythm on offense. Don't seem too rushed. Don't seem too slow. Just about right, and they are methodically moving this ball down the field, now at midfield. Pressure now from Bobby Hardy. And the Mustangs will get this time to Fisher. Taken down by number 23, Shane Sloclar. And that young man has made a difference in the backfield. He's made a difference in coverage. And you see him here again, the sophomore, showing up for the Stangs.
Yeah, great play by the youngster there. Really showing that he has a lot of potential, and it still has 2 years to play after this.
Just a sophomore, 5'9", listed at 165 pounds. 2nd and 11 for the Bees. 7:40 to go. Fisher finds a slanting, wide open Luke Hensley, and he's going to get across the sticks. A well-designed play there. Medina across the 40-yard line to the 38. They desperately need a touchdown here to knot this one at 24, and they are on the hunt.
The Bees have the ball on Mustang side, 38-yard line.
The defense here has gotten away from the pressure, and I would like to see them bring a little bit more on this drive.
That worked in the 3rd quarter. They've gone away from it, showing pressure here. They don't bring it. And again, complete to Hensley. When the Mustangs have given Ryan Fisher time in the pocket, he has made them pay all night long.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the decision there was not to bring the pressure. They showed pressure and laid off of it, but I really think they need to get back to bringing the pressure. They've let them drive right down this possession, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
Down now on the ground is Jalen Garner, a senior, wide receiver / defensive back. He is being tended to by the medical staff, and we will take a break. 7:09 remaining here in Pat Catan Stadium. The Mustangs clinging to a 7-point lead over the Medina Bees. Garner being helped off, appears to be okay, maybe just a stinger. Back to game action, 24-17, Medina at their own, the Strongsville 25. Need to score here to knot this one at 24. That's not going to get it done, incomplete. Looking for Nick Chester. 2nd down and 10 now for Medina.
Feeling the pressure from number 32, Zach Savage, and 57, Jack Stevenson.
Zach Savage in on the pressure for the Mustangs. And again, when Strongsville has gotten close to Fisher, he has made a lot of errant throws. Wouldn't be shocked to see Mustangs dial up a little bit more pressure. Fisher looking, got a man open, but threw it a little too far right. He was looking for his man Hensley, who's had a couple of big grabs here on this drive, but not that time, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 10 for the Bees.
Again, though, you saw Strongsville bring a little bit of pressure there, and Fisher just does not feel comfortable in the pocket with pressure in his face.
3rd and 10, 6:50 remaining. The Bees on the Strongsville 20-yard line have to get 10 yards to extend this drive, and here comes the pressure again. They don't get there, but they force a quick throw, and that ball possibly fumbled or an incomplete pass. Instead, they're going to say he was down. And they're going to mark that ball at the 15.5-yard line. And now they're going to change their minds as these officials are going to say that ball was incomplete. So that'll bring up a 4th down now. And with 6:43 remaining, you don't have to go for it. But if you're Coach Laird here and the Medina Bees, you are down at the 20-yard line. You got to get 10 yards. You're close. You can do anything here.
I think I would like to see the Bees go for it here. With only 6 minutes and 43 seconds left, I think they have to with Strongsville's strong rushing game and really being able to control the clock. I think the Bees should go for it here.
Coach Laird and his squad are going to talk this one over before deciding what to do. Got a good one here in Strongsville. 6:43 remaining. Mustangs 24, Bees 17. Fourth down and 10. Ryan Fisher in shotgun. Strongsville bringing pressure. Bobby Hardy, can he get there in time? Not quite complete to Nick Chester, and he's brought down well shy of the 10-yard line. That's a turnover on downs. The Strongsville defense once again does what they need to do.
And Bobby Hardy there just came clean off the edge. The Bees offensive line didn't even bother touching him, and he drilled Fisher out that one.
Bobby Hardy has been all over the field here in the second half, making a difference once again. Really rushed Fisher into that throw. Probably not who he was planning on going to, but had no other choice. And Chester tackled 5 yards short of the first down, and the Mustangs will take over on downs. Still with a 7-point lead.
This is a huge drive here for the Mustangs. The Bees only have 1 timeout left. If they can really control the ground here and take some time off that clock, that'll put them in a great position to win this game.
Don't necessarily have to score here, but like you said, would like to keep that clock ticking. Here is Garrett Clark, who once again, as he has done all night long, falling forward after first contact, a gain of 9. The junior has been impressive. Clock still ticking, nearing the 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Mustangs, no need to rush on offense, can play at a very methodical pace. Walters in shotgun. To his right, Garrett Clark in motion, Joe Gillette. They give to Clark up the middle, cuts it outside, and he's got some space to go. Had one defender to beat, almost had the angle before taken down at the 50-yard line. And Clark showing you he can run between the tackles, but also can bounce it to the outside. The junior with plenty of speed.
Great cut there by Clark, making one man miss, bouncing it and getting to the sideline and taking it up. Got tackled, but not necessarily a bad thing. Stayed in bounds, got the clock still running.
Whether it's been Griffin, Crotty, or Clark, this Strongsville Mustangs team has a plethora of options at the running back position. Now in checks to the game is Colin Crotty. 5:20 left and change. Mustangs at their own 48-yard line. Pitch out to Crotty. Crotty looking for some room. He's got some, makes a cut up across the 40-yard line. And the sticks will continue to move as the Mustangs offensive line. And let's mention the receivers for a second with some good blocking on the perimeter.
Yeah, terrific blocking by the receivers, especially on that play, letting them get past that first level of defense and getting into the second level.
Number 87, Richie Roskoff, who caught a touchdown earlier, showing you he is a pretty unselfish player out there on the perimeter, getting a nice block to spring Crotty. Strongsville now 1st and 10. Mustangs leading the Medina Bees 24-17. In full control of this one. Just don't want to turn it over. They're letting that clock tick down second after second, and now in motion is Nick Adams. They give, though, to Karate, running right, and moving forward across the 35 to the 34, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 5.
And this defensive line for the Bees, they just look exhausted out there.
A lot of hands on the hips.
Hands on the hips. I see a lot of them getting up slow after the play. And that just comes from a long game of just getting
And on
run
the flip
after
side,
run.
for the Mustangs, they can stay fresh at the running back position.
Yeah.
Karate will stay in there. 2nd and 5. Walters, the junior, in shotgun. Fakes the give to Adams, the give back to Karate. Karate got room. Could have possibly cut that one outside. He'll go inside. And the charge there led by the Michigan State commit, J.D. Duplain. Karate clearly with fresh legs inside the 15-yard line. And the Mustangs imposing their will late in the 4th quarter. They appear to be the better, in shape team.
Yeah, like you mentioned, I think that is really key for the Mustangs there. They've been rotating 3 different running backs, staying fresh, and the Bees are just exhausted at this point.
3:30 left in the 4th quarter. Strongsville still clinging to a 7-point lead, but looking to add to it. And they have taken their time snapping the ball as they should. Tyler Walters, the junior, starting in place for Johnny Major tonight. Done a very nice job. Karate, again with the give. Left side, nothing much doing. About a gain of 2 or 3. That'll set up a 2nd down and 8, but more importantly, that clock continues to tick down as we reach the 3-minute mark.
This has just been a terrific drive here by the Mustangs. They've really controlled the ground game, taken a lot of time off that clock, and they're looking to punch it in here and put the game out of reach.
When this drive started, there was 6 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. Now just 2:35. A field goal at this point should do it. So the Mustangs want to be careful. Would be doubtful to see them throw the ball again tonight. Karate still in the backfield. Walter's going to keep it himself, though. We're running a option to the left side. Dinah had set the edge, had to cut it back up to the middle. And it'll be 3rd and 3 here for Strongsville. I'd expect more of the same. Your kicker, John Kramer, has been terrific tonight. Hasn't missed an extra point. He made a field goal earlier in the 1st quarter to make it 10-0. I would put my trust in him. 1:50 left to go. 3rd and 3. Strongsville at the Medina 7-yard line. Karate to the right of Walters. That offensive line put on some type of performance here tonight. Can they finish the deal off? Give to Karate up the middle. Bursting his way down to the 2-yard line. And that's going to be another 1st down. And at this point, Matt, it looks like possibly they can kneel this one out.
Yeah, I mean, they still have that one timeout. I'm not sure if they would be able to, but either way, this game is almost out of reach.
Will be interesting to see what Coach Serino chooses to do here. Under 1:15 to go. They're still in shotgun formation. It looks like they're going to try and punch this one in. Alan Karate has done most of the heavy lifting on this drive. He'll get it one more time. He stood up, but not to be denied. Continues to move the feet, and he will cross the goal line, putting the Stangs up 30-17. And you'd have to think this one is now well out of reach for Medina.
Yeah, that was a great strong run there, and that about sealed the game. I don't see the Bees, especially with their offense struggling right now, being able to score twice within 57 seconds. That's a tall task to conquer, and I think this game is out of reach.
We saw in the 1st half, Taylor Griffin did all the workload on a scoring drive for the Mustangs. Here it's Colin Karate. He puts the Stangs up by 13. John Kramer will make it 14. And that is where we stand. 31-17 Strongsville with a 14-point advantage here at home on homecoming. 57 seconds left to go here at Packatan Stadium. John Kramer to boot this one deep for the Mustangs. He has been terrific tonight. Hasn't missed a field goal, hasn't missed an extra point, and has shown off that leg on kickoffs. This time, gonna squib it down to about the 25. It's fielded by Chester. Chester trying to make something out of nothing, and it's not gonna happen. He is tracked down by number 57, Jack Stevenson. And that young man has had himself a very nice game. Again, just a sophomore. We've seen a lot of underclassmen here tonight step up and make some plays.
Yeah, you got to believe Coach Sereno likes to see that. Young players stepping up, making a lot of plays. Definitely a good sign for the future.
The Bees have no choice but to air it out here. One timeout remaining, but with only 51 seconds left to go, trailing by 14. Gonna have to keep this ball close to the sidelines. No room for error. So here we go. Ryan Fisher, been pretty good tonight. The transfer from St. Vincent St. Mary's lets this one fly. And as expected, towards the sideline, looking for Luke Hensley, incomplete. Defended well by Shane Sloklar. And only 44 ticks remaining on the clock.
Shane Slokar in a coverage.
Interesting to see him throw it to the wide side of the field. Really, the ball hung up there quite some time. Let the safety get over top. I would like to see if the Bees even want to have a shot at this. You gotta go to the boundary here.
Well, it appears the Strongsville Mustangs will get a much needed victory. They will improve to 3-1 in conference, 4-3 overall, and that one is dropped by Luke Hensley. That'll set up a 3rd down and 10 for the Medina Bees. So Medina now, after starting 2-0, it appears they are going to drop their 5th straight. They will be 0-4 in conference. Not a good sign for the Bees, but I will say at points here tonight, they showed that they can compete.
They definitely showed flashes, especially on the offensive side of the ball, completing 15 passes in a row. Quarterback definitely has talent, so tough loss for the Bees, but they do show promise.
Taken down there by Lyle Rios. And the Bees will use their final timeout, but it appears to be just a little too late as Strongsville, after a Colin Crotty 2-yard touchdown run, that put them up by 14. 31-17 right now with 29 seconds to go. 4th down and 10 for Medina. But Strongsville, a good performance from start to finish. They led by 10 in the first quarter. At one point, though, in the second half, Medina did take a 14-10 lead. But from that point on, the Mustangs came back with a flurry, and they had never given up the lead since then. It was a Richie Roshkoff big-time touchdown after a lot of running plays. The Medina Bees fell asleep. No one back deep at the safety position. Tyler Walters noticed it, let it fly. Roshkoff was there, made one man miss and raced to the end zone. That put the Mustangs up 17-14. They've had the lead from that point on. Here we go, 4th down and 15. The Bees' last chance. Fisher gonna try and do it himself, not gonna get there, knocked down by Taylor Griffin, who has shown a lot of promise here tonight on the offensive end, special teams, and now making a difference on the defensive side of the ball as well. 21 seconds to go here in Strongsville, Ohio. 31-17. This one all but over. Victory formation coming up for Tyler Walters, the junior. Got the nod tonight over Johnny Major. And let's give some credit to Johnny Major. He made plays on the defensive end, was very involved on offense. That young man did not complain about a thing, went out and made a difference. And his teammate, Tyler Walters, the junior, 5'10 quarterback, got the job done, leading the Mustangs offense to 31 points, and that will be enough.
Yeah, you definitely like to see from Johnny Major's standpoint just the confidence, the senior leadership from him. It's definitely tough to to get taken from that starting quarterback position, but he showed his leadership tonight, not complaining, doing his job, and making plays on both sides of the ball.
That'll do it here at Pat Catan's Stadium. The Mustangs get a much-needed win against the Medina Bees. 31-17. The Mustangs now 4-3 on the year. The Bees fall to 2-5. For Tanner Castor, I'm Tanner Castor. For Matt Merrimee, we thank you all for joining us here on the Strongsville channel. We hope to see you again next week when the Mustangs will be on the road. So again, Mustangs win this one 31-17 against the Medina Bees and get a win in front of the homecoming crowd.